Good morning, my friends, as we welcome this day as another 24 hours that is a gift. One of the ways that Thai suggests opening our morning is to look outside or look around and simply express gratitude to yourself for 3 things your eyes are blessed to behold as you awaken. And breathe in that sense of gratitude deep into your chest. You might even want to try that right now for a few moments. Look around and find those 3 things for which you are truly grateful. One of which is having a new day right in front of you to live again. And let us be seated with that gratitude. Grateful for the chair. Grateful for the breath. Grateful for an unfolding mindfulness practice in living your life. And grateful for any of those 3 things that you just noticed in the world around you. Let it settle. As your breath settles into your belly, let those gratitudes settle like an anchor in the very fulcrum of your body, in your belly, around your hips, and in where you are seated. Feel that steadiness of gratitude and connection. What is it like in your body? What kind of space is there in your mind? And what kind of fullness or emptiness do you experience within as we begin our practice for today? If there's anything that's pulling at your mind, any thoughts, allow yourself to breathe in a full breath all the way up. And like an air sweeper, let that out breath take whatever the thought is and release it just for now. It'll be there to come back to. I guarantee it. And letting your breath, again, be gentle. The getting unstuck focus for today is to focus on what it is that is within your power to change. Knowing that when we feel stuck, almost always, we are trying to change something that is not our own personal control, but about which we have strong judgment. And a most direct path to unsticking is to focus intentionally and mindfully on what is within your own power. There are 2 ways to look at this. One of which are those times when you really strongly want to change something about somebody else. For their good, maybe. Probably for your good, most likely. But that other person has patterns of behavior or thinking that you really want to be different. Because they should be, darn it. As an example, you might be in partnership, either in business or personally, with someone who is consistently late, even though they don't mean to be, and even though they say they will arrive at a certain time. They just never do. See if you can bring to mind a person whose habits you would like to change, even if it feels like only a small desire. Be aware and choose somebody in your own mind, or quality of people in general that you'd like to change. We'll stick with that example of being late, especially if you're a timely person. And here's a question. What can I change in response to that person's constant lateness? And I'll give you a clue. It doesn't start with you. Like, you shouldn't promise to be here on time if you're not going to be. Okay, that may be true. However, the question is, what can I do? What is in my power and control to change in this situation? Think about that. Reflect on it. What would be in your power to change that would make this situation less distressing to you? Because you can't make it more distressing to them. That's not under your control. Could you make your expectations different? Could you practice mindfulness or preparing for their arrival whenever it happens, more than reactivity? Just a simple but very, very common example of the differences between human beings, those who are consistently on time and those who consistently do not make that goal. Choose two things that are under your control right now in the situation that you bring to mind from your own life of a pattern in someone else's behavior that you would very much judge as needing to change. What could you do to change that situation and the meaning of it for yourself? Reflect in a mindful way. Everything is possible in mindfulness. And there's a second way that we get stuck commonly on focusing on what we are not able to change. And that is focusing on the past and wishing that it were different. If only you had been better, more mature, more aware, less selfish, or something else. Bring to mind a situation from your own life, in your past, about which you have some of these feelings of judgment towards yourself that turns into, however irrational you know it may be, a deep desire to change this situation and to get it unstuck from your memory. So what is under your control today? How can you go forward and take responsibility for those choices you made? And first, choose how you're going to look at that situation. For me, sometimes I say to myself, in a former marriage, I don't think I was mature enough to really understand what that level of commitment truly means. Today I am, but I certainly wasn't at the time, and so much escaped my notice and engaged my denial and self-defense. It was not pretty, and I have to forgive myself, and I will forgive myself, and take responsibility for that by how I go forward. What can you do about that right now? That past regret that can keep you stuck in self-judgment. First, make a choice to see what good came out of that, even though it was unpleasant and uncomfortable to remember. Where are you today as a result? And next, focus on two things that you can do today and every day to develop that part of your character that tends to be insensitive or blind to your impact on others. These things, my friend, are under your control, and engaging in them mindfully will work to release you from stuckness about the past. And so you have a few things to possibly practice today, my friends, as you go out. I wish you unstuckness. Namaste. Amen.